Hey guys! Today we're going to talk about using Twitter as a webcomic artist. Behind me is my Twitter. You can check me out at twitter.com/natosoup. To begin with, we're going to talk about a few stats. I've been on Twitter since 2009. I have 1,700 followers. Wow, I leveled up. And I engage with hundreds of people every single week. I participate in 3 main webcomic chats: Comic Artists Unite, Webcomic Hour, and Webcomic Chat. And those chats are on Saturday and Sunday, and I also participate in Webcomic Wednesdays every Wednesday. This sort of frequent promotion, opportunities to talk about your comic, and art opportunities to talk about your craft are really important for meeting new comic artists. If you've had a Twitter for a few years and you're having a hard time meeting other artists, participating in and following those 3 chats is going to help you out a lot. You can check out my description below for those hashtags, and you can add them yourself on your Twitter. Another thing that's really helpful is going out of your way to engage other artists. Let them know that you like their comic, let them know that you like their art, follow them, and engage them often. And quite a few of them will take a moment to check your Twitter out and perhaps follow you back in return. That's why I not only have so many followers, but I follow a lot of people. I actually follow almost 2,000 people on Twitter. All of those are artists. I don't follow brands. And while I haven't depopulated the spam bots from my Twitter, I actually don't remember how to do that. I do have really good engagement, and I have found that when I post art, that when I post links to this YouTube, when I post links to my blog, my Twitter are the people who are going to be the most likely to engage me on my content. So for me, having a Twitter is key. This is how I have met all of my online comic artist friends. And it allows me to continually engage the webcomic audience. And populating a Twitter is really not hard, and it's really not as intimidating as you may think. There are some tools that will help you schedule tweets, like Hootsuite and TweetDeck. I prefer not to schedule my tweets just because I don't want to have to keep up with that. So I kind of tweet more spur of the moment. And there are all sorts of topics you can tweet about. So you definitely want to tweet about your projects. You want to tweet about your comics. You want to tweet about what you're working on. You want to tweet photos. You want to tweet in-progress shots. You want to tweet finished uts. You want to use your Twitter to promote comic pages as they hit your website. And if you are promoting something, you do want to try to include an image. Twitter creates these things called Twitter cards. Sometimes you can generate your own, and there is information online on how to do that. But if Twitter isn't doing that for you and you're not tech savvy, it may help for you to make an image that you include every time you tweet a link from a certain source. So my blog, for example, doesn't generate Twitter cards. So I created a graphic, which you guys can check out by checking out my Twitter. I created a graphic so that people are more likely to see when I post a blog update. And people are really used to promotion on Twitter, so don't just promote once. Promote, say, twice in a day, in the morning and in the evening, or if you're like me and all turned around at midnight when you finish the thing, and then at 11 when you wake up again. But do try to promote fairly often, because you can really get lost in the stream, and don't get discouraged. You are a Twitter newbie. You are learning the ropes. You are making new friends. This is a big adventure, and it's a learning experience. And feel free to hit me up on Twitter, say hi, and I will send me a link to your stuff, and I will be happy to signal boost it. I'm always happy to share y'all's work with my other audience, the one on Twitter, and I'm always looking to help out other artists. So if you're looking for a Twitter to sort of help you get your feet wet, I recommend you follow Inkdrop Cafe. So you're going to use the @. That's how you talk to people. That's how you notify people. Inkdrop Cafe. You can also use the Inkdrop Cafe hashtag. And the Inkdrop hashtag is, so hashtag in general is that like hash looking thing, like hash browns. We used to call it the £sign when those of us used old phones. You put that in front of a phrase, and that's how you hashtag things. I know some of you guys are totally rolling your eyes, but I also know that some of you guys have heard these phrases thrown about and you don't really know what's going on. So Webcomic Wednesday is a good time not only to promote your work, but to promote a comic that you enjoy. On Saturday with Comic Book Hour and Webcomic Chat, that is a great opportunity to talk about your work, to talk about your process, to meet other creators. And Sunday evening with Comic Artists Unite is another great opportunity, and that'll help you build up a roster of artists who you regularly talk to, artists who you engage with. You can't expect people to signal boost your work until you sort of develop that sort of repertoire. And they're not going to know that they like your work unless they've seen it. So make sure you include links to your work in your profile, and you can also do something called pinning a tweet, where you set that as like the tweet that people always see. So because I am an old woman who is not super tech savvy, rather than ending this video and just going straight to a screen, I'll demonstrate a few things. So this is my pinned tweet. It has my blog, natosoup.blogspot.com, my comic, 7inchkara.com, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/natosoup, and then my Patreon. So all 4 of the main things are linked in my pinned tweet. And if you want to pin a tweet, you click this little down arrow. It says more when you hover over it, and you're going to go to pin to your profile page. And for your pinned tweet, I highly recommend you include bright, colorful images that people can click and scroll through, and that's more likely to catch people's attention. And once you start making friends, they'll signal boost your pinned tweet so other people can see. Let me zoom in for you guys if I can. Nope, I cannot. So people can see what you're working on. And it's also really helpful to post art or snippets of what you're working on fairly frequently. That's actually someone else's art that I reblogged. But see, here I have some of my roughs from 7-inch Kara. So it's important to consistently participate in your Twitter. Think of it like a garden, you have to groom it. So my profile says that I'm a kid-lit artist, online art educator, comics person, and I link my blog and my comic. It also links my professional portfolio. And I try to always have my art in my media section. And I try to update that fairly frequently, so if someone was looking to hire me, they would see lots of my art and would get a good idea of how I work. And you can also set your profile image, so you guys might, I'm in the camera. You guys might recognize this. It's my YouTube avatar. It looks sort of like me. So, people complain that if you change your avatar too often, people won't recognize you. So if you're working on branding, this is a great thing to keep consistent, and it can either be a portrait of you or maybe someone from your comic. And then I have Kara from my comic, 7-inch Kara, front and center, as well as my logo and other branding. So I think that is a basic rundown of using Twitter if you are a comic artist. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And if you would like a signal boost, hit me up at natosoup. So twitter.com/natosoup. And I will signal boost you, and hopefully you'll gain some new followers. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Start chatting me up on Twitter, and check out my comic, 7inchkara.com or 7inchkara.tumblr.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again really soon. Bye!